facing the real thing in
There's
offense.
no doubt. They got a great quarterback. They got probably the best receiver in the country, probably the best O-line in the country. They got 4 tailbacks that are as good as anybody in the SEC, and they're a complete offense. They run it, they throw it, and they go really, really, really fast.
What do you see, if anything, different in how Menzel plays this year compared to when you defended him last season?
Well, the big thing, I don't know if everybody knew who he was at the time. When we played him, he was it had a coming-out party against Louisiana Tech right before us. Then he played really good against us. Then he went over to Tuscaloosa and won that game. So I think people started to find out who he was right around the time we played him. I don't think there's any secret right now who he is. He's a big-time quarterback, a big-time leader, and he's got some weapons that he can throw the ball to and that he can hand the ball to.
I know you can't match him, what he does on scout team, but who do you kind of use to emulate what he does?
We've got a couple of scout team quarterbacks, Josh Hand, Sam Cowart, and then Gabe Miles was out there running around a little bit, and I know he's a Starkville legend, and he's really fast, he's really athletic. So he tried to do his best to simulate what their quarterback does.
How important is it to kind of the discipline level of your guys, especially in the way back, when Menzel does what he does, to just stay where they are and not get totally out of position?
We've seen this offense 3 times this year, but the difference is the plays that this kid can make with his feet. You have the routes covered, you have it, rush lanes fit, and then all of a sudden he just improvises and makes spectacular plays. So our job is to try to limit those and make sure we do a great job covering, but also make sure we maintain our pass rush integrity too.
When dealing with Mike Evans, can you take anything away from what you did well or what you did not so well against LSU with those 2 wide receivers?
Yeah, he's a completely different kid. He's 6'5", he's 220 pounds, and he's freakishly fast and can jump out of the gym. So those 2 guys are completely different, even though they're great in their own right. He's just a completely different animal than we've been used to seeing him. He's a great player, great kid, from what everybody says. So the challenge is there, for us to be able to match up with him.
How underrated is the fact that he completes 72% of his passes? I don't think many people expect that from him.
Well, I think all the work that he's done in the offseason has improved his accuracy. You can tell that he has a greater sense of where his reads are, middle field open, middle field closed, flat defender, all those kind of things. He has great control over all those things, and he can still improvise. So that's going to be, I think that's where his development has been the most impressive.